hello, how we doing tonight, everyone? How we doing? Yes, thank you so much for that. Okay, so two things. I want you all to know that you all look very great on Zoom, but in person, you look amazing. Give yourself a round of applause. Okay, I see so many designer fits out there. I'm seeing Gucci, I'm seeing Louis. I saw some Fendi over there. It's over here. Okay. I saw some over there rocking Rockaware. I said, okay, look at you bringing it back. So, hello everyone. My name is Desmond Robinson. And today I'm going to be like your MC. And I want to say this. I'm so honored to be here to help kick off our favorite person, Robyn McCoy's campaign. Give her a round of applause. I met Robyn in 2016 on campus at Eastern Michigan University. And at the same time, we were doing things to help encourage our Muslim students and our international students to know that they are welcome here and that they should know their rights. From that point on, Robyn, she extended an olive branch to me. And from that point on has been getting me so involved in politics and showing me things I've never seen before. Because of her, I have like 3 selfies with the governor, okay? So thank you for the opportunity. And again, it's an honor to be here with you. And we have a wonderful selection here for you tonight. So the first one is singing God Bless America. Oh yes, God Bless America. Please welcome Miss Rita.
This is for Robyn McCoy, State Representative in Galati. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her, and when the mountains are, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean with a calm. God bless America, for the friend home, sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside me and guide me to the oceans of the foam. God bless America, light of my home. Stand beside me and will guide me to the mountains, to the stone. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, while the foam, to the valleys and the oceans, to the trials, to the foam. God bless America, land of my home. Stand beside me, yeah, and guide me to make you home my own. God bless America, my sweet home. God That's America, my home, sweet home. Thank you.
Don't you just love singers? They be so nervous before they come up there. Oh my God, I'm not ready. But then they come up there and they just show out. I'm a Baptist Christian, right? So when I was over there, I would testify. You want to sing it, girl? All right, that was beautiful. Another round of applause for her. All right. So we have another selection for you, okay? It's Lift Every Voice and Sing by our Robyn, Rita, and Kamari. Thank you so much. Here we go. Sing along with the words. All 4 2 3.
All right, y'all. So I don't know. We like to do karaoke night. So we're about to do this. When I do programs, I always do Lift Every Voice and Sing. I think it's essential. Just helps to open up the space, just as with God Bless America. So we're gonna go ahead and get it started. If you know the words, join with us.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening sky. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun on a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that the tears have been watered. We have come heading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. Out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast.
Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh goodness. Oh yes. Giving me SWV, giving me Yes. One more round of applause for that. I love that song so much. So next, okay, we are going to have an invocation from our very own Ricky Jefferson. Look at this suit. Look at this suit. He know he bad. Look at you. You welcome. I love you so much.
Good evening. I am County Commissioner Ricky Jefferson. I'm also a associate minister over at St. John Baptist Church in Ypsilanti. And my pastor is Reverend James Hendricks, one of my former co-workers too. So I like to keep it all in the family, and if I say anything that may offend you, please don't hold it against me. I just know that my Savior lives, and I've been changed. So, Father, we thank you once again for the eternal grace that you have given us. Allow us one more day of life that we would come into this sacred place to be a part of the campaign for Robyn McCoy. We thank you for her family and all the encouragement that they give her. We thank you, Father, for all her friends and all her well-wishers that are here this evening and those that could not make it. We now invoke, Father, your presence into this campaign and into this place, that it may be well with you. All that is said and done would be of the utmost moral appealing to your goodness and principles. We thank you that the things that will continue to walk as we move forward towards the State House with us, as your presence continues to push us and confide in you all those things in which you know needs to be done. Let it be done decent and in order. Let it be done by the power of your Spirit, and let it be done to touch the hearts of the people in which we serve and which we have campaigning, so that we can make a difference in their lives. Continue to watch over District 32 as she is becoming a part of it and a part of our lives. Let your Spirit walk with us, that the children will get what they need, that the elders will get what they need, and that those who are homeless and need shelter and food and clothing will get what they need because of her presence in the house. We thank you now for those who are here that love those who are suffering, and will continue to work with Robyn to ensure that those resources and funds will reach them. We thank you for your presence right now in this place, in our hearts, in our minds, for we can't do it without you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Hey. Oh gosh, I have to get a good stretch in. You all look wonderful, by the way. Like the sunlight and y'all wearing y'all pastels, it's giving me Easter Sunday. Y'all look wonderful. So next we have our very own Ronnie Peterson.
Thank you. Thank you for a kind introduction. And for those who live in the district and those who live in the state of Michigan, thank you for my suit I bought the other week. Your generous contribution to paying those Michigan taxes keep the 110 of us clothed and well clothed. Let me just take a time and say that I certainly appreciate all of you all coming out for Robyn. This is the first event that I have attended honoring her and supporting her candidacy. I'm going to try to do as fast as possible, but I want to be respectful. Her dad is my lawyer, and when he's not available, she does all the legal work for him, even when he is available. You all know that work in the practice, don't it? He gets the check, she gets the work. Let me just say this, and all fairness and jest, when I came in the door and Gloria came with me, it's not many times Gloria, who's a member of this fine community township board of trustees, or trustee of Ypsilanti Township, this fine community we're in tonight, but she also made sure I'd be here on time and made sure this was on schedule. And she said, bring 2 checks, one for me to write and one for you to write, Ronnie Peterson. I want to be respectful of his candidacy. And let me just say this to you, and I want to editorialize a little bit because I'm under attack by some of my good friends in other political circles, and we're going to be friends when Robyn is sworn in January. We'll be friends again. It'll be all over. I thought somebody get the hint to that. But some people got me under attack for various reasons. And let me just say this, as Donna Lazinski, chair of the House, said once Ronnie spoke at the Medical Society, and somebody wrote a question up there and said, one of the panel members up there in the legislative delegation from Washington County plays a lot of politics. And we want to know, why is he always playing politics? And I told my colleagues on the panel, our legislative colleagues, don't answer that. I wish to answer that. And I said, it seems to be a rumor around that I play politics. I don't play politics. I practice politics like a lawyer practices law, and like a doctor practices medicine. I practice it. I don't play it. And I want to make sure it's straight tonight. My firm and unquestionable endorsement, the person who was set representing this particular district, it's not one that I played at or played with. It was one that earned the respect of this community and earned the respect of those who historically have supported me. Before I start, though, let me recognize a colleague in the political arena who I've worked with over the years, and that's Detroit City Council member Mary Waters. Mary, let me just recognize you. Let me recognize you. She served too in the Michigan House of Representatives, now a member of the Detroit City Council. Let me take time out to talk about this particular candidate. I joined the political arena. I've been through 16 elections, so I should know some about campaigning. I've been elected 34 years. And let me just say this, as Gloria would say, the checkbook is revolving. Anybody who knows me, like Commissioner Jefferson, my good friend Commissioner Jefferson, knows that I donate my money back to the community. I didn't get in this arena to make money. I had a profession. My lawyer will tell you I paid him on time, sometime. But I had a profession. And because of my profession, I was able to live off of what I made at my job. And I could give back what I gave back to my community. But let me make this statement about why I'm here. I don't make many political and public endorsements other than Ricky and Robyn because they believe in the same values I believe. I'm one of the last generation, like few of you maybe in this room, few of you, the rest of you won't raise your hand and note of that, of the Jim Crow children. We're Jim Crow children. We're raised in a segregated era. All my travel, I was born just a few blocks from here. Gloria family been here since 1868. 1868. The family have been here and still own property and their family. Raise your hand, Gloria. Let me know who you are. That. My other hand. Let me, former president of the University of Michigan, employs 2,800 members that work at the University of Michigan. She retired to just take care and manage my life. She does a good job of managing my life. Let me say this. In terms of that, I entered this because of my ear in Jim Crow, to support candidates to reflect the views of those who wanted to see the end and the new beginning of people in America. The Civil Rights Movement was at its highlight in 1968 when I went to the last major demonstration in Washington, the last one that Dr. Martin Luther King planned. The reason why I'm saying this, because people saying I'm making a selection here based on because Robyn was a loyal member of my staff. Robyn and I, Dad, are good friends. It was based on a belief that we who believe in changing America and making America better, in particular our individual communities, must invest in political candidates that reflect the views and the attitudes of moving us forward as a country, as a nation, and as a community. It is important for us to give money to them. It's important for us to lift them up in the community. It's important for us to put a sign that reflects how we stand by that political candidate. And so I was proud in my early years to support people like G. and Williams and Governor Swainson when he ran for the Supreme Court, Richard Austin and the Secretary of State, and Senator Phil Hart. I campaigned with him this last campaign when he ran for office. We was traveling in a motorhome and talked all about what America could be. And he emphasized the fact on how his community, his legislative agenda was all about advancing civil rights and human rights. That agenda, unfortunately, still exists today. The advancement and protecting the rights, what many of you lawyers do every day, of every citizen that comes in that door that seeks your legal counsel or guidance, also your representation in the courtroom. It's important that we have legislators to have values, who stand by conviction and values that every of us were created equal. And all of us have a right to have the best defense when it comes to entering that courtroom. That's the same thing in the legislative body. We don't elect people just out of popularity. We don't elect them just out of their good looks. And we shouldn't elect them out of their charm or their humor. Politics is serious. We're seeing that right now in Washington, some of the major issues going to be coming before the Supreme Court. It's important to have political figures that has a conviction and a dedication to carry out the mission and the will of the people, not those by some particular special interest who want you to compromise on issues just because that's the only way you may get elected. Let me just say this tonight about the candidate I'm about ready to bring forward. I saw all that fine example that her dad demonstrated to me over 40 years ago when I met him. I see that same, that same example exists in Robyn. That is important to me. My good friend John Dingell, when I was in a lot of elections with him, I campaigned all over the country. I was a union organizer and a political director for Michigan area politics. So don't fault me we won't have a woman president, because I tried my best. I was in Iowa and 9 different states to try to deliver that for us. And in that, it's important to know that when you got that legislative, me and John Dingell used to have conversations, and one of the last time we had a conversation, said, Rodney, let me tell you something. And he said, it was a value that you always stick with. Never be afraid to drink another man's liquor and tell him the answer is still no. I'm proud to have a reputation of being the worstest person in the world to get to go to dinner. That's what Tim Seller out of Flint told me, State Rep Tim Seller. Special interests can't get you to the table. Trial lawyers do. They get me a lot. They get me on the phone a lot of times. But the other interest means to take away from those who have less, have no room and compassion in my office. No room. I give you no time. Give me time. Talk to me on the phone or talk to me in the hallway. I believe the next state representative in this district will be likewise. We will take the will and the energy and apply it for the best interest of this district. It's important to me that we elect someone like that. It's important to me that we elect Robyn. When I came up in politics with very few people of color, we were at the door, we was handing out the food. That's over 50, 60 years ago. And most of us basically was parked in cars. And what happened here, they used to say the women had a mission. It only happened in the 70s, really, you started seeing a change. They were making the cookies and the brownies. Someone said to me recently, Ronnie, is there a woman that's in the House? Yes, it'll be Robyn McCoy in the Michigan House of Representatives. It is a woman in the House. Come on up here.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is attorney Robyn McCoy, and I'm running for state representative in House District 32. So I'm running for office because I want to take my legal advocacy skills that I've been using for the past 20 years in the courtroom as a fighter for my clients, and I want to fight for the citizens in the 32nd District in Lansing. So, you know, we are going through a lot right now. We've got, you know, we still have the rising issues with COVID. We have issues with, you know, inflation. You know, we have soaring gas prices. We have soaring, gas prices, rent, you name it, food. So I want to be part of, you know, I've been a problem solver in the past, so I want to be part of the solution to the problem. And I want to bring civility back to politics, because as I run for office, I've been guided by Representative Peterson, and Gloria Peterson, who's a county, not county, but she's a part of the IPSI, she's Ypsilanti Township trustee, and Commissioner Jefferson, former trustee Monica Ross Williams, and also former state representative and now Councilwoman Mary Waters. As I've been guided about this process, and I'm learning. Like for me, I've been active with the Democratic Party since I was 16. I was a congressional page for Congressman Ford. And I also worked in Senator Karen Moultrie Braun's office as a legislative assistant, in addition to recently working in Representative Peterson's office. So I've helped candidates over the years, judicial candidates. I've helped candidates to get into office, and I've done free educational programming in the community, in this community where I was born and raised. I was born and raised in this district, and people have been saying to me, Attorney McCoy, when are you going to run? They've been like, when are you going to run? And the voices have been getting louder and louder. When are you going to run? When are you going to run? And I decided, okay, even though we're going through a pandemic, even though we're dealing with inflation, even though they're dealing with the issues in the world as far as Ukraine, and the Palestinians, you just had a Palestinian journalist that was killed, and there's just a lot of things going on. We've got a civil war scenario going on. We're on the verge of women losing their rights to reproductive freedom. And so I want to make sure that I'm directly engaged and help to tackle those issues. We want to make sure that people in this district, and as I worked in Representative Peterson's office, I was able to see things firsthand, dealing with folks that were at Huron Ridge with the flooding issue. We want to make sure we address the issue with the dam. We want to make sure, you look at the roads. I was actually a little delayed getting here for the early prep because I want to help the governor fix the darn roads, and we want to make sure that we help and make sure that there's good housing and affordable housing for people. We want to make sure that there's quality roads, bridges. We want to make sure that everybody has educational opportunities. We heard here from Desmond Robinson, who's a graduate student at EMU. We want to make sure, and he's wonderful. And then we have Camille Tynes. She is a mentee and a law student. And so we want to make sure that everybody has educational opportunities. We want to make sure that those that want to have job skills training, that they get the job skills training that they want, and that there's economic development in the eastern part of Washtenaw. That's what I keep hearing as I'm knocking doors. I've been phone banking, knocking doors. There are sign-up sheets out there for those of you that want to help directly be engaged with doing that. I've been walking in the district. I've been talking to the people. And that's why I'm running for office, is because I want to make sure. And Mike Henry, actually, who is a campaign consultant, he's walking around with the sign-up sheet. So you can, you're going to hear from him a little bit later. He's going to give his pitch. But, this community has helped birth me. I mean, in addition to my mom and my dad, obviously, Robert and Pamela McCoy, I grew up and I was nurtured by this community. And so for me, I felt what better way to give back to the community than to go to the House and represent the constituents in this district on a mass level. We want to make sure we address issues such as making sure there's affordable daycare, health care, clean water. We want to address climate change. We want to make sure that, as an attorney, I do criminal defense, family law, educational advocacy. With the criminal defense, we want to make sure that the poverty issues are addressed that bring people into the criminal justice system in the first place. That we put people who have mental health issues in mental health facilities. That we put people that have substance abuse issues in substance abuse treatment facilities. Because I see a lot of people. I had a case today with a gentleman. He did not deserve to be in the system because he had some he said severe mental health issues. He was exposed to lead as a child. He was in adult foster care. But thankfully we were able to work out a resolution that resulted in him not having a charge. And so that he, making sure that he gets the supports that he needs. And that's what I want to do. I want to, you walk around this community, you see a lot of homeless people. We want to make sure this is America, and I love America. And it's the best country in the world. I've traveled. I can let you know. I've lived in other countries. I've traveled to other countries. Every time I come back, I want to kiss the ground. I mean, America is not perfect, but I want to kiss the ground when I get back because you have opportunities here that you don't have anywhere else. And so I want to help protect our workers' rights, make sure that there's a prevailing wage. We want to help protect our seniors, our vulnerable populations, our children, make sure that they have everything that they need. I think about what the things that are going on in the world right now as far as some of the lack of civility I've seen in politics. the effects of COVID, just things that we want to make sure we nurture our children and protect their mental health, make sure that they're getting all the mental health supports that they need. We want to make sure that we continue to have free and fair elections. You know, we've gone in other countries and monitored their elections. We want to make sure that we continue to have that in America, and that all efforts to thwart that are stopped. You know, we must protect women's right to bodily autonomy. You know, I'm pro-choice. I'm happy to say that I'm pro-choice. You know, and I think that, you know, women are under assault in this country. I mean, it's upsetting that we have not, you know, I heard Representative Peterson talk about he worked very hard to make sure that we did have a woman president. I did too. I worked with the Hillary campaign. I did what I could do. And then, so women are under assault in this country. You know, we need to make sure, to me, it's ludicrous. For me personally, I've dealt with fertility issues. I've dealt with some women's reproductive issues. To think that outside people are trying to get in between my conversation with my doctor about what I need as far as health care is unacceptable. That's part of why I'm running for office. That's why I'm asking for your vote. It's unacceptable. You know, you may have seen me. I mean, we want to make sure there's accountability with the police. We want to make sure we protect, you know, there's a balancing act. We want to make sure that everybody has their public safety issues are concerned, that their public safety issues are addressed. And we want to make sure that there's accountability with the police, with the local police here, with the IPSI police, with the sheriff. We want to make sure that there's accountability and that everybody's rights are protected. That's why I do programming on what to do when stopped by the police, because I partner with the police. I partner with people in the community, with judges, prosecutors. I do that because I want to make sure that everybody knows their rights. I think we need to bring civic classes, just as we need to have vocational classes back in the high schools. We need to have civic classes so that people know their rights, because oftentimes I'm in crisis management, whether I'm representing children in the neglect court or I'm representing children or adults in the criminal court, or whether I'm doing educational advocacy, dealing with helping to overturn suspensions and expulsions for children that are special needs. You know, I'm in crisis management, and that's why, thank you. I'm in crisis management. That's why I do programming on how to navigate the public school system, because we want to make sure that everybody knows what's needed to ensure the safety of our students in the classroom. So, you know, on this issue about the issue about abortion, but we're on the verge of possibly losing women's rights for bodily autonomy. And this is a slippery slope. We're on the verge. I don't know if any of you have read or seen The Handmaid's Tale, but this is real, you guys. We have to make sure that we stand up and fight this battle, because the folks that want to get rid of women's bodily autonomy are the same people that want to get rid of workers' rights. You know, they want to get rid of the rights of people of color when it deals with issues of affirmative action. They want to take away the rights for the LGBTQIA community, and we need to make sure that we protect everybody's rights at all costs. We're on the verge of people being stripped of our basic fundamental rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I'm not willing to let that happen on my watch. We have children that are watching us, and we must do our best to ensure that the American dream is preserved for us and for them at all costs. And for that reason, I'm asking for your vote on August 2nd. Absentee ballots will be coming out in the third week of June, so pay attention. And I want to make sure I give a special thank you. I want to thank all of you for your donations and for being here, but a special thank you to the host, starting with Councilwoman Mary Waters. I want to thank her for being a host. I want to thank my Aunt Virgie Rollins, who's the DNC chair for the Black Caucus. I want to thank, if you could raise your hand or stand up, Attorney Rita White. Attorney Rita White. I see Attorney Kim Ward. We've got Attorney Kim Ward. I want to thank some of the super donors. We had David Knott, who was here earlier, Attorney David Knott, Attorney Alan Venable, James Wesley, my parents. We have my father, Robert McCoy, and my mother, who is watching virtually. I want to thank my campaign team, Christy Pagan, Terry O'Neill Darling, Mike Henry. Mike is in the back, so raise your hand, Mike, so everybody can see Mike. Cal Caldwell, who's the videographer. I want to thank them for helping to plan this event. I want to especially thank, again, Representative Ronnie Peterson for being my mentor and supporter and encourager, and his staff, his legislative aide, Joe Taylor, Jada, and, you know, I want to thank Gloria Peterson, again, Ypsilanti Township trustee, for supporting me and encouraging me. I want to thank former Washtenaw County Commissioner Christina Montague. I want to thank current Washtenaw County Commissioner Ricky Jefferson. And again, I want to thank former Ypsilanti Township trustee Monica Williams. I want to thank Representative David Rutledge and Dr. John Madlock for their guidance. I want to thank the volunteers that have been here today, that have been helping out. Our former assistant, Rafa Al-Shawati, our current legal assistant, Vicki Peterson, my sister, Kamari McCoy, my nephew, Corban McCoy, Judy Weinberger. I don't know if Judy is in here. Is Judy in here? She might. Okay, Judy, who has been a donor and a supporter. Thank you, Judy. And I want to thank Beth and Burke and the Eagle Crest Golf Club for giving us this, for hosting us at this lovely venue. Yes, again, I just want to thank all of you for coming out, for the support and the encouragement. I think that's Heidi. Is that Heidi over there? Heidi, thank you, Heidi, for coming out. And, I want to thank our guitarist, Johnny Lawrence. Where's Johnny? Okay, Johnny. See, I'm not wearing Johnny Lawrence. And, Johnny, I'm actually going to bring Johnny up to give us a musical selection. And then we're going to have Mike do some closing remarks, followed by the benediction from from the evangelist, Darlene McCoy, my auntie. So, and then you guys can just continue to enjoy the food and the music and fellowship. So thanks again.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Just may I have your attention, please, just for one moment before folks get, too excited about going home. One quick announcement. Robyn's father has a specific ask for everyone, so I just want to get your attention for 1 minute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Michael Henry. I'm helping out on the campaign, and Robyn's father has a specific ask for everyone in the room, and then I'll have a little bit of housekeeping to do, and then we'll have a benediction, and we won't talk anymore, and you'll be able to continue the fellowship, all right? So, great. I'll make sure it gets turned up. Attorney Robert McCoy.
Thank you very much, Michael. I want to thank you all for coming out and supporting Robyn. Robyn is a hard worker. She's committed herself to this campaign. And sometimes when you commit to things like that, you take people with you. And so she has happened to take me with her. And so she wants everyone to know that this is going to be a strenuous effort. And when I say strenuous effort, she has had her campaign advisors tell her that it's going to cost $100,000 for this campaign. And we need your support. We need you to dig deep. Now they say, and I wrote this little note down, it takes two things to conduct a successful campaign: hot issues and cold cash. So we want you guys those who can, to assist us in trying to provide Robyn with everything she needs to move forward. This is a major effort. And this is only the beginning for a young lady that's been preparing all her life for this trip. We want to say thank you. And I want you to look at this young man. He came all the way down from Saginaw in Flint. His name is Fred Lewis. And he said he was going to dig deep into that pastor's pocket and donate some money. I want to also point out Carl Collins. We got a TV celebrity back there. Carl Collins is one of those TV attorneys that's on television advertising every day. And this magnificent young man over here, Richard Griffin, he's an investment counselor and a big-time athlete. Big-time, I should say, sports manager, sports management agent. And Heidi Crucerella, she's back there. She's one of those big-time insurance people. I saw Bob Carback here, and I don't know if he's still here. But I want to say that we thank you all for coming out, and we want you to feel that you can contact us and work with us in any way you can. Thank you so much.
And I also want to acknowledge Christine Longstreet, who was here earlier. She's one of our hosts. And Khadijah Wallace, who's with Joyful Treats. Khadijah, can you raise your hand? So, Khadijah.
All right, so Robert is good at asking for the money. I'm just going to ask for your time and your talent. We know that Robyn is on the front line for families, for children, and people in the district need to hear that story. They need to hear it from her, but she can only knock so many doors. She's been going out every day, sweating, her and Ed, sweating and wearing out their shoes, but we need you to help as well. We have a canvas kickoff, and we'll be canvassing every day after that, but our kickoff is on June the 4th, starting at 10 a.m. So everyone who can sign up, you want to get some steps in, that would be awesome. And if you want to host a fundraiser, you can check off, on the little choices of what you can do. You can host a party, you can endorse her. And so we need to be specific about all the things that we're going to do to help put her in office, because it is time for us to have more black women in the legislature. Maybe then women won't be under attack so much. And it's time for men to help support, right? It's time for us to help support that effort. So looking forward to having everybody fill up this sheet. And then finally, Representative Ronnie Peterson made sure to tell me that you are all invited on June 20th. He is hosting a fundraiser for Robyn here from 5 to 7, June 20th. So I want to make sure that I get that in as well. So hopefully we'll see you on June 20th as well. And we will have a benediction from Evangelist McCoy, Darlene McCoy. Thank you.
Let me say one thing. I want to thank Johnny Lawrence. Johnny Lawrence has been a family friend forever. I remember him when he was a little kid at the University of Michigan. He played with Morris Lawrence at Washington Community College, and he helped Robyn, and Morris helped Robyn in a play called Our Time of Day. I think that was significant, and I just want to make sure that we don't overlook this young man who is a superstar. Thank you very much.
Would you all join me and bow your heads? We welcome you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift you up and continue to bless you as you travel on your way and give you peace. We thank you, Heavenly Father, right now for this blessed time of fellowship. And we ask you to continue to bless everyone who attended this has been a blessed gathering. And we thank you. We ask you to continue to watch over everyone as they go to that blessed destination. And we ask you to watch over Robyn as she go and come and do the things that's necessary to be our next representative in the state of Michigan. God bless you all. You gonna take a picture with me? Yes.